BitLife, a life simulator made by Candy Writer and Stillfront that allows you to live the life you never had. You can have a famous social media account, a wife and kids, parents that love each other, all things nearly impossible to attain in real life. Please get back with that. Anyways, my goal in this game is to get famous by any means necessary, which is even harder to do because lots of the game's features are unfortunately hidden by a paywall. It's honestly more like a pay labyrinth though, because there's lots of payments to make to get the full game available. For example, like the Citizen, God Mode, Job Packs, Expansion Packs, all requiring payments of some sort. Methods to obtain fame without the use of in-app purchases are limited, so for me to even think about fame, I need to draw out a plan. And the first plan is a famous music composer. Meet Jesus Montgomery, a happy, healthy, ditzy, and relatively handsome boy who dreams to become a great composer among the likes of Future, Pharrell Williams, and NBA Youngboy. Youngboy less than the others, but his desire to produce and compose music is large, and to satiate this desire, he needs to live a great life. While still a child, he begged his parents to allow him to take cello lessons. A plea that was answered as shortly after asking he began to learn to play the cello. He shortly realized the cello was not for him, as while he was playing in the sanctity of his own home, a man knocked on the door to ask if anyone was dying in there, as he heard screeches from his room. After contemplating ending it all, he decided to switch over to the MIDI keyboard, an instrument he became moderately skilled at throughout his teen years. Lucky for him, a friend told him about a website named SoundCloud, an application that allows for people to release their music to the public. This includes opuses of grand proportions such as
just shot at a black man and took his shoes. Customized my AR like a Black Ops 2.
angelic melodies played professionally like and whatever the fuck this is.
Oh, it's time for some doo-doo, nigga.
He even heard that Miles got his start on SoundCloud, so he decided it was worth a shot. Now it's time for a name for this account. Shit. I didn't really think about this one. Fuck, okay. You know what? Fuck it. Spit on that beat! His first release as a SoundCloud rapper was a song entitled Mumble, a song name akin to Kendrick Lamar's Humble, an extremely popular song consistently deemed as Kendrick Lamar's magnum opus, composed in an attempt to challenge rappers to step up their game, one of the only songs in the world to receive a double diamond. Now this is an obvious first step, as it will cause people to accidentally stumble across Mumble because they're looking for humble, and then they search up Mumble because the M in Mumble is only a couple letters from the H in humble in the QWERTY keyboard. Mumble, humble, mumble, humble, mumble, humble, mumble, humble. Try saying that 5 times fast. And it worked? He received almost 100,000 plays, and people complimented the tempo change in the middle of the track. Good for him. For a few years, he made hits such as Nothing But a G-String, Straight Balling, My Dumps, My Clumps, Highest in the Zoom, My Clumps, again. You know what? Maybe he wasn't the creative with his name titles, but damn, he knew how to make music. Well, it was fun producing music and learning the ins and outs of the industry. And also, for some reason, he collabed with Playboi Carti on his song Nothing But a G-String. How the fuck do you collaborate with Playboi Carti and not become famous? Whatever. It was time to go to college and learn how to make actual music. And sadly, he had to take out a student loan, which doesn't make sense. I mean, come on. Look at this guy. He's obviously smart enough to earn a scholarship. He attended college where he attained a bachelor's in music and graduated on the dean's list. Not because he had good grades or anything. Fuck no. He actually attained it because he did a sexual favor for the dean in a desperate attempt for his parents to still be proud of him for going into such a low-income industry. Well, that was good enough for him, and now he's going for that job. Jesus applied for a job at Spread Eagle Studios as an apprentice music composer, where he was asked about how good of a listener he was. But this is like the time in his life where he attempted to be like Beethoven, cut his right ear off, and then bit into like a metal beam while playing the MIDI keyboard. It was only like right then that he was informed that the late Vincent van Gogh was the person that cut his ear off from the insanity, and that Beethoven just suffered permanent ear loss from the lead poisoning in the wine he drank, which led him to ask the doctors to surgically reattach his ear back, which then they obliged, obviously, because he pays money. The interview was between him cutting his ear off and that surgery, so being a good listener wouldn't really describe him well. Well, still, his parents celebrated the fact that he got a job by gifting him a studio apartment on the top floor in the middle of Washington, so that he can threaten to jump off from the balcony when being a starving artist could get to him. While being disgusted by such an insolent remark, he accepted it, and now he's the owner of a studio apartment. Good for you. Again. After years of hard work as an apprentice music composer without any promotions, barely any raises, or any other bonuses, he decided to take matters into his own hands to improve. He attempted to rob the Lincoln Trust Bank with a pitchfork dressed as a pimp and leaving in a Lincoln Continental, a move that would land him in 9 years in prison. Oh my fucking god. Why the fuck did I do this? Anyways, while he was rotting in a jail cell, he decided to break out. And after breaking out, he decided to do one thing. That thing was fucking gamble, baby! After his shitty gambling decisions, he landed in debt and was arrested and found guilty for felony escape, armed robbery, and defrauding a casino. This time, he landed in a super maximum prison. And if he wanted to be famous, he needed to break out. After the first try... Shit. Let's just watch the ad. He broke out by stealing the prison guard's uniform and getting out of there. He then realized America wasn't safe anymore, especially not after robbing a bank and going into debt with the casino, so he decided to hightail to the United Kingdom for a break. Sadly, his immigration application was denied, whether it was the bank robbery or the felony escape, and he had to become a reform voter's worst nightmare, and that's a Mexican-American illegal immigrant willing to work harder than them. After getting another job as an apprentice music composer, he decided to do the usual things he did. And that was gamble, ruin his life, peer out the window in hopes the feds don't show up, and all that other happy jazz that he likes to do. Until he was arrested for illegal immigration, but unlike TK, he beat the case and he didn't have to do the race. Speaking of the race, he tried his luck at the horse races. Fuck. The rat race wasn't so good either. It spent decades without a promotion, so he decided to try his luck at robbing another bank. He got arrested again, and after another escape, he decided to start his murdering era. He killed a guy, no issue, but then when attempting to kill a random sous chef, the fucking rat called the police on him, and after his hand being forced to take a plea agreement, he spent the rest of his sorry-ass life rotting in a cell. Are you kidding me? Jesus Montgomery died of complications with old age at 81 years old. Shit. No fame, but at least he was kinda rich from breakout gamble. That's all I can say, though. You know what they say. If you can't succeed at first, try.